Hello, welcome to Animal Audit Corner. This channel is about all the former Scientologists and all their advocates with all the stories about not only them, but about the cult they were once in, which is Scientology. We are going to have a look inside their world and find out about their world. Here is their story. Marion Honey from had a very short hiatus in one of her streams. Now she's back on her. She was all smiles when she had the same news I did on Sunday. The SP Foundation got 4 people on their payroll and they're completely out of Scientology. Now they're going to get the funding that those people were homeless and now they have help from the foundation after being neglected from Scientology. And you know, Scientology is very greedy with the money they have. The money that they have, David Miscavige squeezed money out of everyone, including the 4 people that were in Scientology and is out now. And yes, he got greedy and now people, but now 4 of them are out of Scientology and their numbers keep continuing to go down. And now they're down to, I believe, 16,000 now. Hey, Scientology, that's not much to go by, huh? And now they are back on their feet again. Well, they're going to be as soon as Aaron gives them the money. Or, yeah, he already did. I know that for sure. Everybody knows that for sure. The SPTV is doing amazing things for all the former Scientologists that are out for good. And now, like I said, their number is down to 16,000. And there's nothing David Miscavige can say to convince anyone. If you are new at watching the SPTV channel, here's what the foundation does for people who are coming out of Scientology. The funding gives a resource and support to all the former Scientologists who just got out of who got out of Scientology. According to the nonprofit monitoring website Guide Start, the SP Foundation's primary goal is to ease the effects of the Scientologist disconnection policy and fair game practices. The organization would provide housing, transportation, employment for people exiting science. They would provide all the needs to everyone who is disconnected from members of their family. The foundation has faced so much scrutiny from Scientology and their agents on the X platform in May of 2024. Marilyn was so happy when she gave the news to all of her viewers on her show, just like I did on Sunday, or was it Saturday, when I was cooking and giving the recipe to everyone else who's out of Scientology and then out of other cults at the same time. But I just didn't leave anyone else out. I just said, you know what? Go ahead, cook. So so gave them the recipe on their recipe for survival, because food gives people fuel, just like gasoline at a gas station would give a car fuel. It's the same exact thing, only it's a little different concept. Because guess what? We're not going to fill ourselves with oil. If we did, our cholesterol will be high. That's in the form of butter or saturated oil, something like that. Some of these people don't have any funds to support them because Scientology took all their money when they were in Scientology. And before, if they had money then, some of them didn't have money now. Some of these people left with only the clothes on their back, and some of them are children and the elderly, and they were the most vulnerable. Look at the case of Rosemary, Mike's mother, who told her story. They were waiting for her to die so they can use her Social Security, which is very fraudulent. But you know what? Keep your fingers crossed and hope she gets it back. I mean, never say never. Okay. I'm very hopeful. And I hope you guys are, and Rosemary and Mike. Because guess what? Eventually, somebody's going to end up going to prison. Hopefully, that'll be David. And hopefully there'll be a lawyer there that would be representing everybody that was in Scientology, get their money back, get compensated for the work they did. Because that money is rightfully theirs. Not David Miscavige's, not anyone in also, even though David Miscavige is the only one that benefits. These people need medical, physical, and mental health. And and Scientology refused to even provide them with those necessary needs. and with mental health. They did not get mental health treatment due because of David's not David's. L. Ron Hubbard's grudge against psychology, psychiatry, and all the counselors because of that ridiculous e-meter. And what does the e-meter look like? Oh my gosh. I didn't even think of pulling up, but if I mention it again, I'll pull it up the next time. Hopefully I'll remember. Okay. Marilyn wants to do her part in contributing to the cause for those people who are seeking the aid from the SPTV Foundation. She had made a gift for everyone who makes a donation for the SPTV Foundation. And oh my gosh, it's cute. If only I had that footage, I'd be showing you. Hopefully, I'll get it for you next time. All right. And from now on, if there's something good and I talked about it, I'll get the footage next time. If you want to see those gifts, then go to Coffee Cults and Crafts and you can check it out on her show aired yesterday. That was 1 day ago. If you go on it tomorrow, find the ones that says 2 days ago. If you get into her YouTube channel today, find the 1 day ago. Okay. And if you make a donation, you'll get it. But at the same time, if you can't afford it, Marilyn will be having a drawing to get those trinkets. Check it out. Aaron, at the same time, had a block party combined with a protest event by demonstrating against Scientology. So it was a big, huge. While that event was taking place, Scientology's evil agents was thumbing their whole nose at the event, including Aaron's, which was a horrible thing to do. They got nothing better to do. They did that by they did that by mouthing off at Aaron, which was a lousy thing to do. They always do that. They don't know when to shut up. So there was one guy that sent one of Scientology's guys that one of OSA, it looked like OSA sent a guy over to thumb his nose in Aaron's business and the whole entire block party. Other than that, it looked like that event was successful. So it didn't even matter what they did. It looked like a huge hit. Marilyn made a donation to that event by making those trinkets to everyone who wanted to donate, which is so fabulous. But you know what? I do that too. I don't know when I'm gonna do mine, but guess what? I make things like that too. Let me see. Let me show you a sample of my work that I did besides the paintings. Hold on. Now, here's one. I made that one. And here's another. It's a bird. Yeah, it is something, isn't it? It is just so exciting putting your work down on this. It is. I wish I was in the position to give, but I don't. But let me think. Then I might give it away if I don't want to stick to it like glue because you know how artists get. They don't want to part with any of their work sometimes. But when they sell it, they give a feeling to it. And these I made birds, animals, trees. People, I'll try my best to do people. But should I make them as a vase? Okay. And she will give it to the person that wants. And it is so fun and so exciting to do some kind of craft. Mine's I usually paint. And yeah, I just showed you the two pieces that I made in vases. She had really spent that time working on those items. She looked like she was having fun doing it. But guess what? I don't even know how to knit. I'm thinking, well, I can try. I always try. But one day I made a baby blanket and it didn't look like a blanket at all. It just was all jumbly and it just I made it when my two nephews were born. One of them's older than I wanted to make for, and then the second one came along, and I'm like, "Okay, I hope I get it done." He never received it, and his other favorite blankie was his older brother's. So, go figure, huh? People people are really making the difference for the after for the foundation was getting the funds. And I think they'll eventually make more money for those funds from those donations. And they're not going to do what Scientology does, which is lie about it or squeeze money out of people. Now, if you can't afford it, they don't want you to spend the money. But however, if it's Maryland's and you got a little bit stash that you wanna give, okay, make sure you're getting a use out of it, like the trinket she showed. But other than that, if you can't afford to spend it, they're not expecting you to spend any money. And guess what? Still working on it. I'm still working on the project that I told you about, but I'm not gonna really say whether it's gonna get off the ground or not, because if it doesn't get off the ground, then I'm giving my own hopes up and the SP Foundation's hopes up. So, I'm gonna take the wait and see approach and see. The block party really had dollars flowing right in to the foundation for people who are exiting Scientology, which is so great on its own. So good for you, Aaron. Keep on going. Now, all the money is going to put a roof over everyone's head and the transportation that everybody would be using, and that would be on their way to work. Then, nevertheless, Marilyn Honey is back from a short hiatus and is on her stream again. We miss her, don't we? Just like we miss Natalie to death. Hopefully, I hope she'll be on this weekend. And it probably looks that way. I mean, I don't know. I don't know her schedule. Okay. She was all smiles when she had the same news I did on Sunday, which is the SPTV Foundation got 4 people on their payroll and they are getting their money or already have it already. And there's nothing Scientology could say or do. The organization would provide housing, transportation, and employment for people. Overall, Marilyn was so happy when she gave the news to all her viewers on her show, which is so exciting. Then finally, she had made a gift for everyone who makes a donation to the SPTV Foundation. So make your donations. And if you can't afford it, nobody's expecting you to. So you could keep it. So nobody's expecting you, if you can't afford it, to pay for something. And all in all, the money is going to put a roof over everyone's head and the transportation that everybody would be using. And in conclusion, if you want to make a donation to the SPTV Foundation, call area code 727-266-5797. That's area code 727-266-5797. That's the Aftermath Foundation at 727-266-5797. Aaron or all the other members of the board will tell you where to send it. And guess what? Yesterday it happened again. I tried to put a post on X site making an announcement about my site, and somebody erases it. Another exposure that I'm giving out to you. They are monitoring all of the channels that have anti-Scientology content and protests. Guess what? If your viewer trying to look for it and you say anti-Scientology, they will delete it. They will intercept it and delete it. So everybody, report Scientology to the X site and Facebook if you want to see their clippings on the X site or announcements that you want to watch on the X site. Because if you put anti-Scientology, they will delete it. And does the FBI want to do anything? You know what? I don't know. I'm starting to doubt it. And it's horrible. All these disgusting things that those okay. Now, the other day, Liz was actually trying to talk all the Scientologists who have families outside of Scientology that their families miss them and want them back home. Good for you, Liz, not Liz. Ashley, sorry. She really told them to go home and see their families again and stay with them because she misses them. And Laura, she was that same go-getter. And she was yelling at the security guard that was collecting all the people like there were pieces of paper that they were picking up and putting away and actually put them into the building. She really laid into that security guard. I say good for you, Laura. Keep on doing what you're doing. Well, that should do it for today. You liked my show? Buy me a coffee. Or you can send something to PayPal. Of course, I don't have it anywhere in there. I don't mind earning my dollar because guess what? I write all my scripts. And I do work hard on it. So you're going to get what you paid for. But if you can't afford it, then guess what? You won't have to pay for it. Just come on and watch my content and get your friends to watch me. And if they can't afford it, same thing will go for them. You don't have to donate or pay. Because guess what? I'm in need too, but if I get more money and it's enough to live off of, guess what? I will eventually give it to the SP or Aftermath Foundation, but right now, I don't have that kind of money to be giving. I wish I did, but I don't. So everybody, buy me a coffee, press the like, hit subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.